I'm Christy. Today I want to talk about helping your loved one learn about new holidays. While not critical to successful living as an adult, learning about holidays and what they stand for is a helpful set of facts to know. Helping our loved ones with special needs learn about holidays can help them learn more about these facts. Over the years, AJ has learned the basics of major holidays, and he will happily repeat those facts that he knows as we lead up to that holiday. He gets excited about these holidays. It's kind of cool to see him engaged in life enough to understand what's coming up and get excited about it, even if we don't do much to celebrate the holiday. I started this series by talking about how he spontaneously defined what Veterans Day stands for this year, out of the blue. You can find a link to that post over on the blog. That's at www.havenofhopeforme.com. This originally posted in December of 2022. This proved to me that he's continuing to learn new things, even though he's officially not in school and is an adult. It's kind of exciting and a bit of a relief to see. He's currently excitedly looking forward to Christmas and is in an official countdown to the day. While he knows part of the excitement of Christmas is receiving presents, he also knows and understands the basics of our faith and what the holiday means to our faith. I'm happy with both of these facts. Ironically, as much as he wants to receive presents, he has no interest in buying presents for others. Guess that's one area I've fallen down on over the years. Maybe that'll come up next year. Like many things that I talk about here, exactly what holidays you work to teach your loved one and how much detail you give about the holiday will vary. And that's fine. I think the important part is that our loved ones are learning about holidays that are important to each of us and why they're important. How we choose to teach about the holidays will also vary from person to person, both the teacher and the learner. The things I teach AJ will be slightly different than what my husband chooses to focus on with him. But we're both working toward the goal of teaching AJ about whatever holiday we're focusing on. And AJ will be interested in different holidays than Sean will be, or another of his friends. Again, that's fine. It's not like there's this big test about holidays that has to be passed with a high grade. No, this is more about staying engaged in life and being aware of what's going on around you, being aware of what's coming up in the near future, and having things to look forward to. Since each person is slightly different and learns differently, how we go about teaching our loved ones about holidays will also differ, sometimes substantially. Again, there is no right or wrong way to teach this information. The important part is that our loved one learns the information in a way that works for them, and they are able to remember it and talk about the holiday in an informed way. Maybe it's finding a video or a number of videos about the holiday and having our loved one watch them, and then talking about them after they've watched the video. Or maybe it's simply talking about the holiday and why it's important to you or your family. Maybe you have a friend with a strong reason to be thankful for a particular holiday. A conversation between your loved one and your friend could be a great learning experience. If your loved one enjoys reading an article or a book about the holiday may be the fastest way for your loved one to learn the basics of that holiday. Regardless of which method you use to teach the basics, the important part is to remember is that to make sure the information is presented in a way that your loved one will understand. Making it interesting and fun will help the information to stick faster and more long term. As I mentioned at the beginning of this post, this information in and of itself isn't overly important to adult life, but it is another area where our loved ones with special needs can continue to learn throughout their lives. It's another way they can stay engaged in life and have something to talk about with others. Having topics that are appropriate and understood by others can be difficult for our loved ones. Providing them with more common topics of conversation can be a significant help to them. It also gives others something in common with our loved ones to help them learn how to more effectively interact with our loved ones with special needs. And we all know that can be a challenge at times, especially if you're not used to talking to people like our loved ones. In the end, I think that's what we really want for our loved ones, a way for them to have common interests and topics of conversation with anyone they come into contact with, a way for them to interact with others in appropriate ways. These interactions, in turn, help keep our loved ones growing and learning as they continue through life. And there's really not much more we could ask for them. Everyone wins whenever they can have a meaningful conversation with anyone they come into contact with. So my question for you this week is this. Is your loved one still learning about holidays? Do they talk to others about upcoming holidays? I'd love to hear your experience. You can leave me a comment below, or you can leave me a comment over on the blog. That's at www.havenofhopeforme.com. That's originally posted in December of 2022. If you prefer, you can always email me at Christy, CHRISTY, at havenofhopeforme.com. I'm grateful AJ is still learning new things about holidays so that I can continue to say that life is good and there is never a dull moment.